I've been thinking a lot about my early days in Constellation lately. Got me pretty nostalgic, and I started digging in some old things, just sort of reminiscing. I found some of Irvin's last messages to me and thought I'd listen to them again to hear his voice. It was surreal, honestly. So most of the messages were everyday things. Lots of excitedly written news about biodiversity and plant life. But one thing stood out. In one of his messages, he mentioned this job that he took at a mine shortly before he died. He said something terrible was happening there, but the message was garbled after that. Kind of. I mean, it depends, right? If it's something that's still happening today, then I care. True, but this was different. I recognized this pattern from the war. A portion of the message was encrypted. Well, Vasco helped me decipher it. Turns out the message was from Irvin, and he was begging me to help him. The message was short, but his voice was pained. He was so upset. He said they were going to destroy his life if he didn't leave the planet now. Then he asked me to help clear his name. Said they had a case against him. Oh, he sounded so upset. Yes. Hearing his voice in so much pain was very difficult. Oh, I wish I had noticed this message when he sent it. So in this message, Irvin said he was being framed. He said they'll do it again. He asked if Constellation could send more help. His former employers had some job he took before he died. I think it was a mining company. Not exactly sure, but he mentioned a court case. So I think there's a paper trail. No, I just thought it was garbled. I just wasn't paying attention. I don't know. It is, but I was thinking about it and, well, it's still wrong, right? So I figured, hey, I can do some sort of a remote investigation here, see what I can find out. There's gotta be a paper trail, right? Now, I happen to have a trustworthy contact who knows a bit about law and owes me a favor. I need to pay in advance in case there are any access fees or bribes. That works. I'll tell them to go ahead with the investigation. You know, hearing Irvin's voice again made me want to help him, even though I know I can't. Does that make any sense? I appreciate that. It's going to be hard to get some sleep tonight after all this. But the fact that I'm doing something about it might be enough to help. Hopefully poking around in old records doesn't catch the attention of Hephaestus. Well, anyway, I'll let you know if my contact finds anything.
A friendly reminder that throwing litter on the balcony
It's not easy.
is prohibited. Please use an authorized waste receptacle.
Is Mars treating you well?
huge mineral deposits after all this time.
There's something very satisfying about blasting about pieces of Mars. Oh, I'm the blasting supervisor. I help take care of tricky deposits and expanding sections of the mine using controlled detonations. It's much faster than normal mining, but also more dangerous. Sure is. Mars is rich with mineral deposits, even this close to the city. Although we're also clearing out the space here to make way for possible future city improvements. Not sure what's gonna go here when we're done, how long it's gonna take, or even if it'll ever happen, but it'd be nice to see the city grow. That's why it takes someone with my qualifications and supervision to do it right. Or else terrible things can happen. About a year ago, some rookie kid thought he could increase his yield, so he strung up a bunch of charges and almost brought down a whole cave. We tightened up safety protocols since then, and haven't had any accidents since. Well, at least none related to explosions. Not my team's explosions, that is. Not as much as they used to be, but Mars is still ripe with minerals for the taking. Did you know they used controlled particle detonations in the deep mines? Crazy, huh? It must have been awesome to set all that up. I just use regular old explosive charges in my detonations, but I take what I can get, huh? Got somewhere else to
Prepare
be.
for today's final
I get
subterranean particle detonation. Be advised to secure loose articles and find stable ground or remain.
Since you helped us out with the equipment and all,
Detonation occurs.
I was
in 5,
wondering if I could talk to you.
3, 2, 1.
It's probably not, but I can't afford to go get it looked at. It's not a matter of money. There's more to it than that. Actually, maybe this is wrong. You're a total stranger. Forget I said anything. Really? That bad? Well, it's clear you want to help. Maybe I can trust you. See, I'd like to go to Reliant Medical for treatment, but my father, Nathan, is an executive with Reliant. I came to Cydonia to escape him. Nathan is not a good man. Not to me. And I did something terrible to him, so now he is searching far and wide for me. He has connections with doctors throughout the settled systems. I don't know which ones I can trust, and it won't end well for me if they snitch to him. Trevor tells me you're skilled in dealing with people. Maybe you could try to reason with my father, or maybe scare him into backing off. But you should know, he has powerful and dangerous friends, so you must be careful. If it works, I'll be free. If not, well, at least he still won't know where to find me. What do you think? It just so happens there's a conference he goes to on Neon around this time of year. He always stays at Hotel Volii. He won't see visitors he doesn't know, but maybe he'll talk if you tell him you're there on my behalf. It's risky, but maybe he'll listen if he knows you mean him no harm. I've got it. Bring him a bottle of his favorite whiskey, Red Harvest Reserve. Say it's... say it's a peace offering from me. That whiskey is exceedingly rare. I'm sure it will pique his interest enough to hear what you have to say. Good luck. You can check with Jack at the Broken Spear for the whiskey. He may have some or... know where to get it. And thank you so much for trying to help me.
Particle detonation concluded. It is now safe to resume normal activity.
Most visitors can't wait to get on this.
Okay. Hello.
Been serving drinks here for over 40 years. I am, but you don't look like the type that could afford it. The last person that came through here asking about it was none other than Governor Hurst. Didn't even want to drink it. Said he was buying it to put it on display in his office or something. Seems like a waste, but whatever. He paid up. Now you got my attention. This ought to be good. I do believe you, but you realize what kind of a bind this puts me in, right? It's compelling, but I'll need no more. Tell you what, I'll do this as a favor for Rivkah. She's been through a lot. I'll only charge you what I paid for the whiskey years ago. Pay me that, and it's yours. I sure hope you're not pulling my leg about this whole thing, or else I just let all that money slip away. You better do justice for Rivkah.
Time for that age-old question. Party now.
You're out there a lot, right?
Astro. Not really my cup of tea, as it were, but I'll follow your lead.
Welcome to the Hotel Volii. Oh, how nice. His daughter must be feeling very generous to be sending him something like that. Mr. Ovadia is in his room on the 3rd floor. I'll buzz him and let him know you're on your way. You're out there a lot, right? Space?
Our beds are comfortable and affordable, and with a crime rating of only 16%.
It's nice to see you today. Oh, how nice. His daughter must be feeling very generous to be sending him something like that. Mr. Ovadia is in his room on the 3rd floor. I'll buzz him and let him know you're on your way.
Red Harvest Reserve, huh? Well, let's make this quick. Of course it was. I should have not been so blind. You have no idea what you're doing. You need to tell me where she is this instant. My own daughter assaults me in my own home, steals my personal spacecraft, then runs off to who knows where. Now you think a friendly little chat is going to smooth it all over and make things better? How foolish do you think I am? You may be right about that. Let's look at this more calmly. My daughter knows me well. Maybe she is serious about this. I suppose I've overreacted. She was young, and while foolish, she is still my daughter. And Rivkah is all I have left of my wife. I would do her a disservice to incriminate her daughter like that. Yes. Tell her I will drop the charges immediately and call off the bounty hunters. And I suppose I will seek her out to talk. I may just need a little time to figure out how to say what I need to say. Thank you.
Just tell her you're sorry and you love her. It'll take time, but keep building on that.
Best way to get all this Martian sand and dust off you is to use powdered talc. Brush it off.
Careful down near the mines and enter any active site.
Around here, people tend not to poke their noses into other people's business.
Minding the red planet ain't easy work.
I received an urgent message from my father. He's dropped the charges. It will still be difficult. There's a lot we need to speak about, but I think we may be able to mend our relationship, thanks to you. Of course. We will be taking things slow. There is a lot of trust to rebuild. But he acknowledged and apologized for his past behavior. That is a good first step, and I'm willing to let him back into my life, bit by bit, as long as he proves his words and commits to change. Without your intervention, this would not have been possible. And I can finally treat this. Thank you. I cannot repay you enough.